The mics are blood clot open. Check, check, check.
Select accent for the podcast.
Calvin always late. This is The Mics Are Open. My name is G Money.
And the young?
Big C.
What are you doing?
I'm lotioning, man.
You're lotioning yourself on the podcast.
Nope. So,
but you know what, bro? Listen, lotion yourself, bro.
So what happened?
Butter?
Yeah. What happened? I was at a place that was a bit dry. Yeah. So, and I was with mechanics, right?
Okay.
So, one of them might have touched me with some oil. So
right.
I had to go into the bathroom and
Clean it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that I wish you would do is actually just look at the microphone that you're talking into. But that's a whole nother story. Shout out to Ashley. Oh my God, Ashley has become a celebrity overnight.
I swear.
Her DMs, she told me her DMs are nuts.
And people are demanding her on the podcast.
Yeah, but you see this, you can't see it, but there's a nice space next to me. It's empty. No, don't move the camera. It's all right. It's a theater of the mind.
Oh, wow.
The space next to me is empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good having it on the podcast. It's a very different perspective. Mm-hmm. By the way, do y'all like my attire?
What's going on?
So, today is October the 1st. We're recording this on Thursday.
Yeah.
Today is Nigeria's independence.
Okay.
And I was thinking, I want guys to, Nigerians get a lot of bad press around the world. But being that we are Pan-African, Pan-Africanists.
I like that.
Yeah. I want us to start by giving Nigerians some props. And I want everyone to think of one thing that you love about Nigerians.
Oh.
I mean, Andy, you got to start because you went to USIU.
Oh, wow.
USIU is like Lagos.
It's little Lagos.
Oh, yeah.
Little Lagos.
Lagos Ndogo. I love their vibrance. They're full of life.
Read loud.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes borderline too loud, but something else I love about them is their aggression when it comes to anything that they're doing.
Right.
Especially business.
Right.
Them niggas are hella aggressive and it works for them. Yeah, that's something us as Kenyans can, borrow from them.
True.
Yeah.
Calvin.
I like the fact that they bootleg everything. Proudly.
Okay.
They do? I thought that was the Chinese.
How many times? Okay, they're like second wave of China. How many times have we had musicians come to the studio for interviews and they come with like some small CDs that look like they were printed in a river road? Yo, they are good at that.
Oh, well, yeah, because, but you see, the thing is, half of their music industry is based upon pirate music.
Yeah.
So literally, back in the day, before the majors came into play, when you were releasing an album in Lagos, you would sell your master to the pirate guys.
Yes.
So the pirate guys know that he's going to make so much money. So rather than you try to fight piracy, you just go to the pirate guys and say, boy, you give me $100,000, take the album, and then that's how the album
and they make their money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also like, hey, my God, jollof, with the chili.
Yeah.
I've never had jollof, by the way.
What?
I've never had jollof.
You went to USIU?
That's why when you lot are comparing Ghanaian jollof and Nigerian jollof, I can't even relate, bro. I take a back seat.
Wow.
I don't know what jollof tastes like.
Like, you don't have no Nigerian friends?
Maybe acquaintances. Yes,
wow.
but I've had pepper soup. That's
but then,
the only
at the end
thing
of the day, Nigerian jollof is not the best jollof anyway. I'm sorry for any Nigerians. On your day, I'm sorry. The best jollof is not even Ghanaian jollof. The best jollof is Senegalese jollof.
Oh, really?
But that's where it started.
Oh,
That's where
Senegal
it originated
entered the
from.
chart.
You know what I like about Nigerians? I like exactly where you stand with them. Like they don't allow things to fester. They don't allow things to build up inside. They address it immediately. They're a bit like Jamaicans in that regard.
Then.
You know what I mean? I like that.
Can we talk about Nigerian women? Are they fly?
I was coming to that. Fam, you know what?
Why the side though?
I'm not gonna tell you. So I went to a wedding in Nigeria.
Yeah.
In March, just before COVID, right? And I'm gonna tell you, bro, no lie. I saw some of the most beautiful Nigerian women.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like they hide Nigerian women.
I feel, bro, high five.
Fucked.
Bro, I'm telling you, and the thing about it is, it's like we have a very traditional vibe as to how we think they look.
Yeah.
But bro, at that wedding,
Sheesh.
fam, I was just looking around like,
Leng.
and you know what? You have missed one thing about Nigerians. Bruh, dress.
Ooh.
Oh, they can dress. They can
Mad
dress.
props, yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Drip is forever.
Eternal.
I mean,
drip
I
is
did
there.
not
Niger
want-
Delta.
I did not want
Everywhere.
to say, but everything I am wearing today is from Nigeria.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, also, I mean, how can we talk about Nigerians and tell them and not forget, oh, I love just how good they are with corruption. They are amazing.
They are the Don Dadders.
Yeah, man. And scandals. Yahoo boys, holla at me, holla.
But you know, I mean, we had the guy whose name was Hush Puppy,
Hush
in
Puppy, yes,
in Dubai.
Yeah.
Isn't that whole era of Nigerians being the best fraudsters coming to an end though?
The best coming to an end.
We're not caught up. We've caught up with them.
Where? Kenyans?
Yeah.
No, Kenyans, I feel like, yes, we're doing all of these cyber crimes and all of that. Yo, you saw the paper. It had 2 pages
Bro.
of like guys in cybercrime.
And I'm so glad this is where we've ended up. Because let me tell you, the other day I get a phone call. First of all, I see some message come on my phone that says your password is 1234, for example, right? I'm like, I didn't request no password from the phone company, yeah? So then I get a phone call. It's like, hey, Mr. Gray, I can see your last M-Pesa transaction gave me my correct last M-Pesa transaction. Then he goes, your line is not registered. We sent you a passcode earlier. What's the passcode? So I'm like, it was. Then I'm like, hold on a minute.
If you sent it, then you must have known it.
Hold on a minute. I'm like, don't they say you should never give people your passwords when they call? So then when I call Safaricom, they're like, yo, we didn't call you. But these guys called from a number that looks very... So the thing about it is, like, there's a lot of that kind of SIM swap fraud going on.
Yeah.
And then this week, a lot of banks are being dragged by, like, mobile SIM... bank SIM and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Guys are losing money left, right, and center. And one of the questions that we were asked this week, actually, was which bank is a good bank to bank with? Now, before we
That's
answer,
a good conversation, yeah.
I want to say this. What we're about to say, or what I'm about to say, is based upon my banking experience. And this is not a paid podcast. But if you're a banker and you're listening to the podcast, you probably should have paid and we would have spoke nicely about your bank. So let me speak about my banking experience, right?
Okay.
And you can speak about yours, right? So when I first came to the first bank I ever joined in the 254 was Chase Bank, the original Chase Bank.
Yeah, Chase Bank.
Way back in the day,
remember,
right?
Yeah.
And then I went to DTB, Diamond Trust. And then I went back to Chase with a new account because I got pissed off with Diamond Trust. And I'll tell you why. Since we're talking about banks, I'll tell you exactly why I got pissed off with Diamond Trust. And as luck would have it, I put money in Chase Bank just as it crashed.
Oh, damn.
As in, you know, I don't. You guys remember?
Yeah.
Chase
We were
Bank.
together that day.
Chase, yeah, when we opened the account, right?
Yeah.
Chase Bank dropped, crashed.
Was it a weekend?
Before payday.
Oh.
So by now you get back to the office, you're like, yo, my salary's going into Chase Bank. Guys are
Hold
like,
it.
They're like, that is already gone. Bam.
Damn.
Yeah.
But anyway, and it took a while for stuff to happen.
them to
So let me
like-
explain my experiences with those 3 banks. What I loved about Chase Bank was the fact that as a small, medium entrepreneur, whatever, they were very they were very personal. And in that period of time, I can honestly say a lot of the checks that I received, most guys seem to have had Chase Bank accounts, small businesses. You get me?
But also they were doing a lot of youth marketing, like
Right.
the proper entrepreneur,
Yeah.
right? So it was for that.
They had the
caliber.
app first and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I used to love Chase Bank until they went
Under.
Yeah. And then when they came back with this new one, obviously it's going to take, a bit time to trust and stuff.
As any bank.
DTB, the issue I had with DTB was that
Checks too long?
no. Checks, they're fast, bro.
Yeah.
The issue I had with DTB was this, right? My credit card is held with I&M Bank. So I've been a credit card holder at I&M Bank for 10 years.
Yeah.
If not more, right? So I said to myself, there's no point me banking with DTB and my credit card is at I&M. So I went to DTB and said, yo, give me a credit card of the same value that I have with I&M, and then I'll just kill that one
And come to this.
and come here. Yo, I filled in all the forms. I did everything. I went and got like a job letter. I had to get a job letter. I did everything that they asked me to do. Then when I went to the bank, they said to me, okay, in order for you to get a credit card, you have to deposit the amount of the limit you want in a fixed deposit account. So my credit card limit is 200. I think it's 200,000.
Yeah.
Or 250, something like that, right? The fact that I don't remember is not good. But anyway, financial planning 101. It's around there, yeah? So you're telling me, let me get this right. I have to go into my savings, take out 200 G's, deposit in a fixed saving account with you in order for you to give me a credit card. That's not credit.
Because they're looking at it as security.
No, as security.
Yeah.
But fam, you're telling me to provide security.
Credits.
It's called credit.
Credit. Yeah.
They make money off of that.
Let's say I had 200 G's and I wanted to use 200 G's credit to pay for something. I'm going to use 200 of my own money, 200 of a credit card. So where's the credit?
You get,
bro. I wasn't mad because I could understand every bank has its different rules. I was pissed that I had to go through that entire process, and then you tell me this once I've done everything.
Yeah.
Tell me at the beginning. I'm like, okay, cool, no worries. So I still have my credit card account at I&M, and I have no issues with them. Okay. After Chase went down, and I was angry with DTB, I went to StanChart, and I must honestly say, and it's not a paid whatever it is. I have literally had no issues
with them,
with StanChart.
That's good.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, to the point where if I transfer money from my StanChart to my UK account, they do it instantly. It happens in like 30 seconds, which is crazy. So I have no issue with StanChart. They're a bit banky type bank.
Proper.
But their app always works. I don't get this. I don't hear these complaints that I see guys making on Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't really see that with StanChart. And when I do call them, they fix what I need to fix, you know?
Yeah. Okay. What about you?
No, let's go with you first because he's spoken big money for a while. So we need a break.
No, I ain't got much. I bank with, again, this is not paid, but I bank with KCB. Before I used to bank with National Bank because that's where my dad worked. But not to throw shade at them or anything, but since my dad knew about the system, he advised me not to have an account with National Bank.
Wow.
He's been in the system.
Wow.
So he knew. He told me, consider other options. So I remember after high school, there's some jobs I wanted to do that required an international bank account.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I opted to open a Barclays bank account. Mistake number one. The thing I discovered about banking is it will be a reflection of your lifestyle. Okay. And since I wasn't getting at a big money, there isn't at a money coming in and I'm using money at the same time on a regular, I found Barclays to be a bit of a burden because of their rates.
Okay.
Withdrawing money, saving money, as in they charge you for a lot.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I can't handle this. So
oh my God.
I got done with Barclays. I mean, I like the whole approach and everything. And since football portrayed a lot of Barclays.
They
positioned
recruited you nice and early.
Exactly. So I was all about that hype and everything. But then later on, in uni, I moved to KCB. Until today, I bank with KCB. Right. Okay. I haven't had issues.
Right. And I want to say something here before we go to Calvin. Right. I'll give you my Barclays Bank story after Calvin. So let me look. Where's my camera? This one? I'm always asking, like I ain't set them up. For all of the banks that we're talking about, right? And this is said without bias, without partiality. We are merely reflecting and talking about our experiences with these banks. If there's any bank who has seen what we're saying and they've changed or they'd like the opportunity to come on and talk about their type of banking, because I think we're due to do a financial podcast real soon.
It's about time, bro.
So if there's any banks who want to get involved with us, hit us up, info@thegoodcompany.com. No, it's not right. info@thegoodcompany.co.ke. We'll put it on the screen just there as well, so you can see it. And hit us up and let's come and have a conversation with us.
Yeah,
we might charge you, but just come and have that conversation because you see, at the end of the day, it's a platform, and I think that it's very important that if we talk about these things, that we give things like banks the chance to come and tell us about what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
at a small fee. No joking. Yeah.
So for me, first bank account I ever opened, said maybe at the age of about 18.
Okay.
HFCK.
Housing finance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Housing finance. I think it was because my mother, my grandfather, all of them did a lot of housing finance banking.
Right.
Because, at that point, I don't know about them now. I still have an account with them for other things. But it was a lot to do with building, construction, occupancy of, you're trying to get into the housing market. That was what they were doing. And actually, to date, they still do a lot of that. Second one I opened was CBA.
Right.
CBA. CBA at that point were doing a lot of youth banking and all of that.
Right,
so I grew with that for a while. And I think CBA was a good bank. It was close to me and all of those. So I've had a CBA account to date. Right. Then after that, speaking to a couple of people who've been, who've done various things. They told me about NIC.
Right.
NIC Bank. Boom! Up until they merged with
CBA.
CBA,
CBA.
Bro, I've never had no regrets.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think this is common knowledge, and everybody has kind of seen it on Twitter. Grievances have been shared.
They've had issues integration.
Issues with integration.
Yeah.
My God.
So I bank with CBA.
Yeah.
So we have like 2 business accounts with CBA.
Yeah.
NCBA, sorry.
So
and they know.
They know this.
And I spoke to, I was in the bank day before yesterday.
Yeah.
And the customer guy was like, listen, we're working through this. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about them is that they've owned it. They're not saying.
Yeah, they have.
They're not running around and saying, no, I mean, us,
You can imagine integration between NIC and CBA, two different systems.
Yeah.
It's different. But do I feel like I want to have an account there? I'll have to wait.
Right, okay.
My other bank account is Cooperative Bank.
Okay.
Yeah, so I use Coop Bank because primarily a lot of business.
Right.
Yeah. So Coop Bank, say for instance, I went to like a place like Githurai or something. I don't need to walk too far to look for a Coop Mtani.
Access.
I could literally go in there and that's it. That's pretty much my banks.
All right. Cool. I think that that was actually 3 or 4 people that asked us to talk about banks, and that's our spin. I don't like Barclays Bank because in the UK, when I was just I was just starting out, I tried to open a bank account at Barclays. They took my money, opened the account, did their credit reference. They were like, nah, send me my money back and close the account. I felt disrespected, bro.
Yeah, I'll tell you this.
I felt disrespected, bro.
I'll tell people this, like especially for young guys who are entrepreneurs, make sure your credit is right. It makes a lot of sense. And don't people have different perceptions about loans and everything. But for entrepreneurs, loans actually work a lot. They help you with business.
Yeah.
There's times when you're trying to chase a certain deal, a tender and you can't really do it. So be very well and financially educated. There's people who will take loans for nonsense. Don't do that. But they're there for you. Fam, even big people, companies, even guys who,
For me, I've only ever taken a loan for a car.
Yeah.
I took a car loan, and only one of my cars actually. That was only one.
So you see these kind of things, man. Hey, make sure you get quite educated about them.
Until I met the guy who sells BMWs from. Anyway, it's a joke. Right now, boom. That was for the man them who were talking about banks. This is now, of course, the podcast on a Friday. There's something else I got to talk about this today, fam. Can I make an appeal to everyone listening to this podcast today? In whatever area of your life, and you can disagree with me or you can agree with me, Andy and Calvin. Maybe I'm older, so maybe I find it easier to do. And I'd like to hear a younger perspective as well. If you fuck up something that you're supposed to do at work or at school or anywhere you are, if you fuck something up, please, can you just put your hands up, own the fuck up, and fix it? Let me explain, right? So many people, and the reason it annoys me so much is in my very first job, and I've mentioned this guy's name on the podcast before, a guy called Stephen Watts. The guy said something to me. I was 19 years old, He said to me, yo, in this office, if you fuck up, don't hide it. He goes, listen, tell us what's happened. We'll all get together. We'll fix it. And then we'll see how not to make it happen again. And it's something I've never fucking forgotten.
Yeah.
I was 19 at the time, yeah? Bruh, I see it so many ways. I see it in I see it at work. I see it in dealings I have out on the road. Fam, we're all grown. We do business with a lot of grown people. In life, if there's one lesson you can learn from me, if something goes wrong, no one's gonna kill you.
It's bound.
No one's gonna be like.
There's bound to be fuck ups so many times.
Why? I don't I mean, I'm older and I'm more established, so maybe it's a case of I'm confident enough to own my fuck ups. So Andy, why would somebody like? What did you talk to me? I'm trying to get my head around it.
It's actually something I've done in the past. I've been that guy. Like, it's having an inflated ego. Thing number one, you don't want to make a mistake. So when you make a mistake, you're like, damn. You're thinking about everything that's going to happen to you or everything that could go wrong from that one mistake. So you opt not to own up to it, just sweep it under the carpet. But the thing about mistakes is they're going to catch up, bro. It's going to reflect eventually somewhere. So guys are usually afraid of the repercussions of their actions, the mistakes that they've made. But end of the day, it's an ego thing. Meet a guy right now who's made a big mistake, even in relationships, in business, at work, you name it. He won't want to own up to it. Why? He doesn't want the repercussions, bro. He doesn't want to carry or like face the consequences. They don't want to do that. You know, you just want to cruise through life like nothing's happening. Yeah. Like you're not going to be that guy who's, you know, I've done this. This is gonna happen to me, so I have to face this and that. Nah, I just want to live my life, not worry about nothing. It's an inflated ego, bro.
I look at it in a different way. I look at it from the education system of Kenya. 844, a majority, enough, like let's say a good 90% went through that. And 844, and the way the teachers are taught at the teachers training colleges is to instill discipline. And that kind of boils down to how people will always, how parents are as well.
Right.
You know, generations, right? So if someone does something wrong, they know, boom, your folks are going to beat you up, right? Or at school, you're going to get punishment. So the easiest way to do to get away from that was to cover up.
Hide the mistake.
Hide the mistake. Not own up and be like, oh, this and this. But people are doing it because they've seen the repercussions of what people have, what kind of consequences people have faced.
Right.
Yeah. So in a way that you want people to tell people, man up, this is nature to them, how they've grown up knowing. You get? And that translates from this is your schooling perspective to now an office perspective. Of course, there's not going to be a matron or a deputy principal who's going to whoop you. You get?
I get you, Calvin.
Yeah. But that's how it becomes. That's why people go into the work environment and they're like, oh, something happens? They don't want to own up to that.
Yeah.
You get? Yeah. Or they even in dealings with someone, they know a deal is going to fall through. And they're like, no. You know, no. You get? That's just the way it is.
Right.
So it's one of those things that... and it's a thing I think I was discussing this maybe about a year ago or something. When it comes to dealings with people, it's always a bit better to understand where they're coming from.
Right.
You get? It saves you a lot of expectations and a lot of I wish I knew.
Okay.
You get? Like there's this one person who I used to be very, oh my God, he's so anal. He's what? Like how he's like super, how would I put it? Super.
Detailed, meticulous.
No. This was not meticulous. He was just overly annoying.
Right.
Previously, when I used to refer to him.
His wife cheated on him.
Well, it could be that. Then I was having a conversation with his employer. And the employer told me, you know, he comes from a military background. And his pops was a commander who opposed what and what and what. And I was like, makes fucking sense.
Right.
You get? Because I was like, fam, you know, that saying that says, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Right.
It's true.
Right.
You get? Like that guy, what can you tell him? This is who he is.
Right.
I agree with Calvin.
Yeah.
When you're coming up, you're not taught that it's okay to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Right.
When you make a mistake, you know you're gonna get whooped. And everybody fears that, like, yo, what will mom do? What will dad do when they find out that I've done this and this? Hey, don't snitch on me, don't tell so and so. Even in school, I haven't done my assignment. I got this question wrong. I don't want to raise my hand and be like, yo, I didn't get this right because I might be embarrassed. The teacher might say this and that about me. So it's a good thing that you had someone at 19 years old telling you that it's okay, own up to it.
Right.
Because everybody else, we just live in fear, bro.
That's why we're here, though, on the podcast to share our knowledge and to tell guys that, listen, end of the day, Star, sometimes when these things happen, just own up and fix shit and move on, fam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something we went through today in the office. And, you know, I don't care. I know guys listen to this in the office. Yeah, I'm very disappointed, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, I got another question for guys. The curfew has been pushed back for 2 hours since 3 days ago. Have any of you guys hit a bar yet?
No, I haven't.
Fam, you know what? I'm going out tonight. I'm going out tonight, bro.
Wait, work
As a matter
or?
of fact, let me say, I'm not working. I'm gigging from next week. I'm not.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm going out tonight. That sounds like it's a Saturday night.
Just going out for a
when we
polite drink.
finish this podcast, I'm gonna go and see what the bar looks like at 5 p.m.
Ah,
Yo,
okay, I see you.
there's someone who passed by work today for a meeting, and they passed by one of the joints in along Langata Road 2 days ago. The very same day the president gave that go ahead, that place was packed by 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Because you're telling yourself, hey, the same way you're telling yourself you want to go see Wagwan. 10 other people have said that. Let me go see Wagwan.
What's crazy is I think before COVID, I'd have probably been the person who's saying like, gee. But what's crazy is ever since the president lifted that whole 9 o'clock, I've been in bed every single day by 8.
Just 2 days, bro.
I can't fucking believe it. Yeah, like that whole energy too. Because for me, I think I've just become used to it.
I mean, honestly, for me, like when it hits 9 o'clock now, I'm like, I got 2 more hours, but I've not been out of the house.
Yeah.
Like, but tonight, I want to step out tonight and see what's going on out there.
Yo, shout out Vineyard, man. They hit me with a text.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you got the text as well?
No, man.
Yo, clubs are out there doing the most. But you know what? I think Nairobi's going to be very interesting this weekend.
Right.
From tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I also think,
Jeez.
honestly, I ain't even going to lie to you. I also think that earlier raves are the shit.
Okay.
I honestly think that.
But I've always been a big propagator of that.
I'm on the thing is like, for me personally, I'd rather leave home at 6 p.m. Or find myself in a bar stroke club at 6 p.m. and leave at 10 than to get to that same bar at 10 and leave at 2.
Bro,
or
let
6.
me tell you. So at my other office, right, we have a bar. So it's always been an early kickoff kind of thing.
You have a bar at the office.
We have a bar at the office, right? And a lot of offices have bars, right? So a lot of people typically will start having a drink on a Friday at maybe 4, 5 o'clock. Fam, let me tell you this. I've always liked that whole idea of having a drink then, maybe up until 10 o'clock or 11 and I'm home. Fam, this whole thing that shorties do of going home, dress up, leave the club,
that was a
hit the club at
bro.
12.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
That was a pre-drinks.
Fam, I'm not going home to change for shit. Listen, let me tell you, when I step out of the house on Friday, what I'm dressed in is what you'll see me in. Unless it's like super special, we're going for dinner or something. But fam, that's a lot of work.
Oh, you don't have convincing friends, bro.
I stay out of town, second of all.
Oh, you don't have convincing friends, bro. What do you mean out of town? There's a bar there's a club 5 minutes from where you stay, bro.
Let me tell you this. I'm grown enough to know what works with me.
Right.
You get me.
Right.
Fucking bro. Yo, listen. We work from 5 o'clock.
New Year's, bro.
We wake up. Yeah, New Year's, bro. Yeah. That's New Year's.
And a couple of other nights.
Yeah, New Year's. Yes, New Year's. We went for dinner then, hit the club. But it was New Year's. Everybody typically goes out at like 11.
Wow.
You get?
Bro, let me tell you something. How is New Year's going to be this year?
Yeah, I know.
Different.
Right? So, as in, imagine 5 o'clock, right? We've got into the studio, do what we do. We've had a whole day of work. Then you want me to go back home.
Yeah.
Change. Come see your ass.
Yeah. Go home and change, fam.
Fuck no.
Freshen up.
Freshen up, man.
Throw on a fresh outfit.
Fresh out.
And you're good to go.
Bruh,
You don't have convincing friends, bro. I'd do that.
Hell no, fam. Then I also try and do things on Saturday morning, okay? You get club.
In the same clothes?
No. No. By the way.
When you say that, no, I get
man.
you.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm one of those guys.
I know, man.
Midnight, I want to be home.
You know what?
All that boring guys are always like, but you're funny enough. Guys will tell you it's like two different clubs. People can tell you about the same club, and they're like, you tell them about how it was before midnight, and then that 12 to 4 is different.
It's different.
You're like,
true.
oh wow.
So you want to tell me, Calvin? Maybe not now. Maybe previously, recent past. However you want to put it. You haven't had, say, a show day that you're feeling. Yeah. Maybe dinner. Then you'll go out. Then it's like noon. Not noon. Midnight rather. Yeah. And you being Calvin, you're like, fam, I can't be out here like this at this time. I need to bounce. And say she's in the mood to turn up, bro. Like she's just getting started.
Yo, let me tell you, true story. I was with this chick that I sincerely liked. And we're having a good time, right? This is maybe 2 years ago or something. I went, dropped her at Kiza at 11, maybe 1 a.m. Maybe 12 midnight going to 1 a.m.
Right.
And I was like, have a good time. And I went home.
Whoa, fam, let's talk about that.
Yeah,
let's talk
about
no.
Let's
And
talk about
I even bought her a bottle, and I was like, "Have a good time."
She had a good
Swear
time.
down, bro.
She had a good time.
If my body has said no,
No, here's the thing. I agree with
Calvin.
you. You have to listen to your body, right? But there's two things about that. And to answer your question to Calvin is this, fam. Let me tell you, me personally, when I'm ready to leave,
I'm ready to leave
a club.
Yeah,
Fam,
I can buy that from you, G. That I can buy from you.
Let me tell you something.
But this nigga?
No, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And the few friends I have will tell you this. 6 of us can go to a club. I ain't telling no one bye.
yeah.
I'm gone.
There's
Out.
never no. Then
You
again,
look
G,
around.
Where's
G's
G?
gone.
G, Andy, you don't drink. Let me tell you this. Never did anyone saying bye ever end up well. I swear to you.
It never ends up well.
You guy.
Where are you going,
Two
boss?
shots. 4 a.m.
Nah.
You get
Fam,
But you've done that before.
Let me tell you.
bro. You've done that before.
Unless it's with the us guys, right? And we've hung out like on a weeknight or something, and I'll be like, hey, I gotta go because it's
let me
one
tell
of
you,
those things.
Shout going out to Nick Ndeda. He's a radio presenter at Kiss FM. He used to be at Homeboys back in the day. So in my early days, Nick was a very good friend. He's still a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
But we sang out a lot. Me, Nick, his brother, Innocent,
Shout
and
out
his
Saliva.
late brother Saliva as well, bruv. Fam, Nick was the king of 2 things. Either disappear or blackout.
Yeah.
Bro, and I will tell you one thing, yo.
Shout out, Nick.
Let me tell you something, fam. I don't know about any of y'all, if any of you guys have had friends who have blacked out in bars.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to carry a nigga who's blacked out?
It's heavy.
Oh, yeah.
It's heavy.
That nigga is heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy. It's dead mass.
Bruh.
You get what I mean? You
True
know.
story.
Yeah.
So there's one night, and you know, Nick is a reformed married man right now,
yeah.
responsible guy, TV presenter. But let me give you the story. There was one night me and Nick were out, right? And Nick was so high, and I was driving. I had the Discovery those days, right? So now I'm dropping Nick home. But I didn't know exactly where, because in my early days, I didn't know exactly where he lived.
Oh, okay. Roads,
So,
water.
bro, like I'm shaking him awake. I'm like, yo, Nick. Nick's like, I'm like, yeah. Yeah, he goes, yeah, head up that way. It was actually Langata those days, right? Fam. So me, I drive from like the roundabout by Bagafi up Langata. I get almost to past the turn of Otiende. I know what. See, now I know what these places are, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo. I go, you've passed it. I'm like, okay, go back down, run back.
No, down towards Langata police station.
Yo, shake him again. Like, oh no, you've passed it. Go back up, right? We're about 4 fucking times, bro. So there's one night where we drop him home and shout going out to. There's a guy called Manny. He's a Tanzanian guy. I don't know if he's Tanzanian, but I thought he was Kenyan, but he's Tanzanian. He used to live here. He's in TZ now. Bro, there's one night we took Nick home, and his mom opened the gate. Bruh, I have never felt so guilty in my life.
Dropping.
Shout out to mama, and then the look she gave me and Manny. And you know the thing is, I was sober. I was sober. I was
So
like,
she's looking at you like you're the guy responsible
you're
for
the guy.
this. Yeah, like you are sober, my boy is drunk.
No, man, shout out to Nicky Dada. We had some good times.
But to get back to the point, Andy, for real, it's over time, fam. But as long as I've always known myself, I've never really been one to push 6 a.m.
Thank you for mentioning.
Honestly, though, the occasional 6 a.m. is real. Like, sometimes I walk in there at 6 a.m. I'm like, yeah, I feel young.
Yeah, like, oh, you get. But for me, it's just also the people I hang out with. It also depends. You see, you guys, Andy, you guys want to check in prime time in the club, bro.
Yeah. The people still do that.
Yo,
fam, yeah, it's a thing.
You get.
It's a thing.
Yo, prime time now for you guys is gonna be what, 7:30?
What?
So that's your home.
Like right now,
7:30 prime time.
Or
7:30. Yeah, because I know a lot of guys will be told tomorrow, oh, you're trying to pick me up to see me? Fam, you have to pick me up by 6:30, get to the club.
It's gonna be different.
Man, but you know it's gonna be an operation, bro, because she's probably working, she's done at 5. Shower, pick her up. How many drinks can you take to marinate a shorty?
All right. Wow. I didn't know that's where this conversation was going. I mean, is this where we insert the song? How many drinks will it take you to be?
Oh, Miguel and Kendrick.
All right, listen, fam. I mean, we've actually been talking for quite a while already. Bro, we can't end the podcast without talking about the biggest thing that happened this week, bruv. Come on.
Oh, the 77-year-old, 74-year-old on the stage.
The debate. Bro, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, fam. I look at Joe Biden, right? Joe Biden is 77 years old.
Yeah, 77,
whatever, right?
Yeah. He's old.
He's an old guy. Like, if you think about your grandma, your granddad when they were that age, they were old, fam. Like I'm saying, he's in God's waiting room.
He's
right
an
now,
OG.
Fam.
Sleepy Joe.
If you can piss off that man at 77 years old, he had to tell Trump to shut up.
Yeah, clean. He was done.
Let me tell you, fam. He was, Donald Trump. Yo, Trump, let me tell you. With Trump, imagine you can't go high.
No, you can't.
And try to be like the elevated, the morally correct.
Oh, I can't
you
do
gotta
this.
go low, bro.
Yeah.
Fam, Donald Trump the man literally said, like,
your son
my
got
son
kicked
was
up.
a hero. He fought. No, not that one. I don't know that one. The crackhead one. Yo, the man went on national TV and said to a 77-year-old man, your son's a crackhead, bro.
Yeah. Yo, Trump don't play. Let me tell you.
Bro.
I saw a tweet
It's
today. That said that Trump looks like he's so petty. He probably pinches his wife when she pisses him off. Like, you're like, no,
bro,
you can't. Yeah,
bro.
Trump has no respect, bro.
Did you see when? Like, I don't know if you watched this thing, right? But did you see when Biden was talking about climate control?
No,
Trump was floating like as in this science shit. Fuck, like move on.
The one question that has kind of pissed off a lot of people, and it's going to be interesting looking at watching the second debate. This whole thing about the white supremacy. How Trump avoided that fucking question.
Fam, we need to give this guy a mic. Like, Jesus, we give him a mic. Producer gets a mic from next week.
Because goddamn, like for me, what was crazy, and I every time I'm having more conversations with people, guys just don't want to go to America anymore.
Bro, my brother left America.
Yeah, you get guys are just like, yeah, cool. But you see, what's crazy is this: you look at everything, fam. You can't be that fucking tone deaf.
Bruh.
There's been protests back to back, months
nuts.
on months. People are simply saying Black Lives Matter, and you're on the fucking national podium. And you asked.
Yeah.
Bro.
My brother left America,
Jesus
bought a
Christ.
Tesla, living his best life in Europe.
He's all right.
He's like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why every day I believe that Trump is just a pawn. There's guys running things in that country. There's guys calling shots in that country, because Trump can't just be a damn guy standing in front of you saying whatever he wants for no reason, bro.
It was at this point that Andy made the Illuminati reference.
Well, world powers and everything.
Fam, by the way, as Illuminati, bro, fam, did they just die out or what?
No, Tory Lanez chucked a jam and he said they're coming for him, bro. They want him.
Bro, do you know what?
They're still
there was a
functioning.
time in the 254 when I was Illuminati, Octopizzo was Illuminati.
Yo, if you were successful at that point,
I was getting inboxes with guys asking me, how do you join the Illuminati?
Yo, New World Order, bro. Yo, you have to give us the cheat codes.
The Illuminati went out of fashion like HIV, bro.
Yeah, it's not sexy no more.
It's
you see
not
what
sexy
I did
no
there?
more. COVID did it, bro.
But you know, it's crazy though. At that point, a lot of people were actually even. You know, guys used to even Google how to join the Illuminati.
Bro,
how to become
you
a member.
remember that time that Bamboo came onto the show?
Yo!
Oh
my God.
Bamboo
Jesus.
came onto the show and he said something along the lines of,
they were looking for
They
me.
were looking for me like they wanted me to sell my soul to the devil or some nonsense.
Yo,
like
like, you know when you guys are doing an interview and you're looking at each other like, what
This
the
really
actual
happened.
fuck?
But then again, from another perspective, you don't know what he went through.
I don't, but it just sounded, fam, we've done interviews, bro.
Okay, I'm being politically correct.
Okay, yeah, we've done interviews, and you can always, and you can.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. When a lot of people are doing press for their songs or an album they're about to drop, some of the press that they come out with,
they could say anything.
But Yo, that probably was because he was in America for a while.
Yeah, he was.
So probably that was like, you know how Americans will say something controversial. Like old Cena did.
August.
Because he's releasing. So maybe it could have been it,
bro. Press, you hear all kinds of things, man. It's like us guys going, doing press for the podcast, which I think we should, and saying, yo, there's this one time we recorded the podcast naked or something.
Pause, bro.
It was at that moment that I said, my name is G Money.
Andy Young.
And Big C.
This has been the mics are open.
Yo, hold up. Sorry to cut you short before we sign out. This week we're celebrating International Podcast Day.
Bro.
Go on. Yeah. This week we're celebrating International Podcast Day, and I just wanted to put it out on the podcast because I did that on my Twitter and everything.
Yes.
But shout out to everyone in this space. Shout out to everyone who's putting out such amazing content. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yes. October the 24th, big event for podcasts is happening in Kenya.
That's more like it.
Yeah, 24th of October.
24th October.
We said it. Look out for it.
Yeah.
And also, let's give some name checks. Big up Adele. Big up the Sandwich Podcast. Big up.
Shout out Ruby.
Ruby as well.
Ruby podcast.
There's a new podcast called Nairobi Book Club with Kwe. I'm on that one as well.
Surviving Nairobi.
Surviving Nairobi.
Yeah.
And I learned some new ones. Actually, some new ones yesterday. And I'm going to check
There's
out.
tons of
shout out to Kevin Gakere, who's got his own podcast going on.
Do I know Kev?
Light
skin nigga.
No, he's dark skin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That was impressive. Yo, shout out to everybody who's in that space. A lot of people coming up, a lot of people asking loads of questions as well. So you guys can always ask us.
Yeah, hit us up, man. Definitely. We wanna, merchandise.
Merchandise, bro.
Yeah. Where the website at?
So merchandise, the merchandise will be available, I think, as of Monday. You'll be able to do your pre-orders. The website domain is going to be themicsareopen.com.
Okay.
Or is it themicsareopenpodcast.com? Just look out for all of the various stuff.
We'll put the link
here. Yeah, we'll put the link here. And also on here. We'll put the link on our pages. The initial offering is going to be the water bottles, the flask, coffee flasks, the mugs, T-shirts. I think hoodies might be involved as well. And delivery is included in the price in Nairobi. But if you're international, we can ship them to you via DHL, and you just pay for the. We have an account with DHL, so we'll just ship it to you, and we'll include the cost of whatever it is with the cost of your shipping.
Ladies, I'm definitely working with the March people to make sure that those thongs are coming to you before Christmas. I got
and
you.
funny enough, the ladies like Austin
Producer,
can you pass me that bottle, the black and gold one? Funnily enough, as my house becomes like the merchandise headquarters, shout out to Kadzo who stole some merchandise.
Oh, she been flexing, bro.
Oh, really?
She been flexing.
I've seen them.
All right. So this one, this one is black and gold. Yeah, this is one of the prototypes.
We'll call it Shaka Zulu.
Shaka Zulu. There you go.
Like that.
This is Shaka Zulu. It's big and it's like black. So the ladies like this one.
Yeah,
of course they do.
And the thing is, it's personalized. So this one has got my money on it. You probably can't see it, but this one's got my name on it. Is the focus nice? Yeah. If you're on YouTube, and subscribe to YouTube, by the way. This is not this one. I don't like this one. right?
Okay.
But that's me.
That's you.
The color, I like the black and white one.
Okay.
But chicks love this black and gold one.
The gold one.
Yeah. So the black and gold one is the one where you can get your name personalized on it, and it's gonna be a very limit. I think they're only making 50 of them.
Limited
Yeah,
edition.
Best jump in. Best jump in.
All right, us guys out of the building. This has been the Mics Are Open. My name is G Money.
And the young.
Big C.
Peace.
Adios, man.
The mics are blood clot open. Check.
Select accent for the podcast.
Calvin always late.